Yo, what's up guys, C-Jax back with another video, and I just finished watching Smackdown about an hour ago, and I have to say this episode was absolute and utter garbage. It might be the worst episode of the year. Cody Rhodes has officially ruined Smackdown with his terrible title reign, and I think now we're all starting to see it, so that's good. But we're going to get to him a little bit later in this basically rant slash recap of the entire show. I'm going to start doing these for both Raw and Smackdown probably every night they drop. I'll just do a quick, low edited, whatever, just recap rant of these shows, because it's been really bad. And I just want to get my thoughts out. So thank you for watching. If you're here, you're a real one. Anyways, let's get into this. It starts off with Tiffany Stratton. Okay, she does a really mediocre promo and pretty much says Tiffy time about 100 times during this promo now that she's won the Money in the Bank. We get it. Tiffy time. Boom, boom, boom. Great. Nobody cares. And at the end of the day, we see Bayley come out, because Tiffany's talking about, hey, I might cash in on Roxanne Perez. I might cash in on Liv Morgan. I might cash in on Bayley. And then Bayley comes out to her terrible music, Role Model. And then you get another bad segment, which quite frankly, Bayley actually cut a pretty solid promo tonight, okay? It was her only meaningful and actually above average promo she's cut since becoming champion at WrestleMania 40, okay? So congratulations to that. It's about time you make your time out there worthwhile watching, okay? And then we get Nia Jax coming out there because we know they're going to fight each other at SummerSlam for the WWE Women's Championship, and Nia Jax cuts a very weird and awkward promo where she basically calls Bayley BBL Bayley and says she's going to take the belt. Now, this is a symptom of a bigger problem, okay? First off, why is a grown woman using the words BBL in the terms of a WWE promo? It's weird. Then on top of that, why in the world are Bayley and Nia Jax cutting this promo in the ring? Realistically, why are they cutting the promo? We know it's not going to be good, right? So why are they doing it? I guess to build towards SummerSlam, great. But the problem is this, right? The bigger problem. Women in the WWE now are just reduced to cutting the same promo. I'm the champion. I'm going to beat you. Or I'm not the champion, but I'm going to take your title. Like, it's the same promo. Who actually goes out there and cuts something unique, cuts something special? You know what I mean? There's no material. They don't use any different material besides, hey, you're a champion. I'm not a champion. I'm going to do this. You're not going to do this. I'm cool, dude. I'm a cool woman. Like, no, it's boring. It's trash. So this whole entire segment situation was bad. And then Michin comes out and makes it even worse when her and Nia Jax put on a 15 to 20 minute slog fest of a match that, quite frankly, nobody cares about. So we can move on from this segment. Tiffany Stratton fakes like she's going to cash in. Nia Jax gets upset. They're clearly setting the situation up for it to be Tiffany Stratton as a WWE champion leaving SummerSlam. Whether she cashes in on Nia and turns on her or cashes in on Bayley, it's going to happen sooner rather than later. She is talented enough to be a WWE champion, so I'm not surprised here. So let's move on from that garbage. Next, Chelsea Green's backstage doing her usual stuff, which, again, I'm going to be quick with this. I don't care about Chelsea Green or anything with her character or Piper Niven. Okay, so we're done with that. They're looking for Nick Aldis to get some type of rematch or some match. I don't know what they're looking for. They're weirdos. Then you get from that, you get a garbage match with Baron Corbin and Apollo with that garbage Def Rebel music. They go out there and face the Legato del Fantasma. This match was actually pretty okay, I'd say, for the first few minutes. It's decent. Apollo Crews is an okay wrestler. Baron Corbin's improved. But this match wasn't good because nobody cares. There's no story in professional wrestling anymore. The matches just occur. Things just happen with bad promos and bad build-up. And this pretty much just occurred. Nobody cares. And then you get this weirdo pin by this guy named Garza. Look at this guy's face, man. He's a slime ball. This guy's a weirdo, okay? So that really was just a very weird moment in the show. I don't know if he was planned to pin like that, but he did a zesty pin and then started looking at the camera for way too longer than he should. So that was a really weird and dumb match that nobody cares about. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes have a segment, okay? And they pretty much are in the backstage, and Randy's telling Cody, hey, whatever you need, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to help you, okay? So it's no worries. Just, I got your back no matter what, all right, bro? And then that's pretty much it, right? And Randy looking at the title, they're foreshadowing he's going to turn heel, obviously, and probably go after Cody in the belt. We get that. But that heel turn cannot come soon enough because Cody's been a horrible champion. And quite frankly, nobody cares about his reign. If you can actually tell me in the comment section, what has he done since he won the championship at WrestleMania 40 to now? What promo has he cut? What match has he had that's been really incredible since he won that title? Backlash match was good. It was heavily helped by the crowd, though, but the Backlash match was good. The I Quit match was predictable and boring. Then you also had he's doing a title defense versus Logan Paul, which is an okay match. It was a solid match. And then what? He had a tag match at Money in the Bank in your fourth match as champion on a PLE? They say he's a fighting champion, but then Cody's only had 5 televised matches since winning the championship. So what has he actually done? He hasn't cut any memorable promos. His segments are terrible. He has no story now that he basically finished his story at WrestleMania. So he probably is going to continue to be a jobber once he loses the belt, and he's probably going to cry and go back to AEW. because that's just what he does. And remember, Cody Rhodes is an amazing person, but we're not talking about Cody Rhodes as a person, we're talking about the character, okay? So separate them both and understand that Cody Rhodes' title reign, in my opinion, has been garbage. And it's going to continue to be garbage, and that's why it's ruining SmackDown slowly but surely. Then you had Andrade and Carmelo Hayes cutting a little segment here, and people are wondering what's next for Andrade, which no one's wondering what's next for Andrade, probably besides his family and his wife Charlotte, okay? Now, at the end of the day, Andrade did do a good job at Money in the Bank, and so did Melo Hayes. But at this point, we're waiting for Melo Hayes to do something better than this, okay? It's Andrade. They're going to put on a good match next week on SmackDown, which that match really should have been tonight. Tonight was filler and garbage. That match could have at least helped the show a little bit. But, I guess they didn't want to do that because they're too cool or whatever happened with that. But they're pieces of trash. All right, so this promo was mid. Melo's going to fight Andrade next week. Melo's probably going to win that match because he's the young gun. He's up and coming. They got to push him a little bit. So it is what it is. Then we go from that to an LA Knight promo, which, again, these promos are not terrible. They're just not good. LA Knight came out here and said things that we already knew. Him and Logan Paul are going to fight at SummerSlam for the U.S. title. Logan Paul will be here next week to confirm it. Great. Now, why is Logan Paul not at work? That's my question. Why is Logan Paul never at work? We understand this dude's busy. He's got Prime. He's got a wife now who's expecting a child. We get all this stuff, right? But why are you not at work? You won the title in November. You defended it, 3 times since then? It's been 8 months, bro. We can't get more than 3 defenses in 8 months. We can't get more than 7 appearances in 8 months. Come on now, man. This is a joke. And people were complaining about Roman being a part-timer. Well, what the heck is this? This is an embarrassment, man. So, yes, LA Knight comes out there, cuts a promo, whatever. Congratulations. LA Knight, great, whatever. Nobody cares, man. I honestly didn't really care for this promo. It wasn't bad, but it wasted my time. Then we get arguably the worst part of the night. Blair Davenport versus Naomi, a nothing match, and no one cared, and nor did anyone know who the frick Blair Davenport is. Blair Davenport comes out talking about hey, I'm Blair Davenport. I'm Blair Davenport. Which, quickly, let's go back to LA Knight for a second. Wade Barrett tonight was on one. He was on some drugs or somebody got to him, bro, because he was saying nonsense. The whole night he's talking to Corey. He's like, hey, Corey, are you tingling in your loins yet, lad? Oi, are you tingling yet? What are you talking about, bro? And then we get a segment later. They're out there. He's just making these weird comments about Elektra Lopez from Legato. I'm like, what are you even talking about now? And then you had Blair Davenport come out and she's like, she's one of the baddest in the ring, Corey. She's a bad what? No, she's not. Nobody knows who she is. They said she's from Wellington, New Zealand. What the heck is that? You look that up on Google, it's probably going to lead you to some backwebs website that advertises you free donuts. You click on the link and you get shot. Come on, man. Nobody knows who the heck that is. And they put on a mid-match. It was a slow match. I'm pretty sure Naomi got a pretty good pop. I'm not going to lie, but, I'm pretty sure that she was injured anyways. I don't know why they did this match, but whatever. Then you have some weird cringe backstage segment with Naomi and Bianca and Jade Cargill, which, again, why are Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair not wrestling on this show? Why are they not out in the ring cutting a promo? You know what I mean? They're 2 of the biggest stars in the entire company, and they're just relegated to backstage segments where they're twiddling their fingers together with Naomi? I don't understand, man. I don't understand this booking. Triple H is supposedly the star booker. He's the legend. He's the good guy. He's a legend. He's a beast. He's a genius. And then he comes out and does this, and we're supposed to praise him for it. I'm not going to praise him for it. It was stupid. Then, DIY versus Theory. Okay, this is a waste of a match. It's a waste of time. It was filler content. We know DIY is not going to lose, and we know that Austin Theory is going to either get cost by Grayson Waller or he's going to get hit by Grayson Waller. Okay, so this is the same stuff that's been going on and on. They don't know how to book Austin Theory. He's probably going to be out of the company in a year or 2 if they don't fix these things. Okay, and that's just a reality, all right? That is a fact of life. Okay, Austin Theory is going to get fired if they don't figure this out, and same with Waller. They're boring, they're stale, and they have no story. So when you have those things and you're not really being on TV that much, you're probably going to get fired within a year or 2. It's only a matter of time until you get axed. So that's done with that. All right. Then the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu comes out, and I have to say, Jacob Fatu, he put on some crazy wrestling moves tonight. Okay, some crazy wrestling moves. That man came out there and was doing springboard moonsaults and these weirdo moves. He has a really unique arsenal of moves, right? And it was really, really cool to see him do all that. He assaulted DIY, he super kicked Theory or something like that. And then He basically was waiting out there for Solo to come out. Solo comes out, he's dripped out as usual, but he also looks like The Weeknd. So Solo, The Weeknd Sikoa, who's supposed to be the tribal chief, but he's unbelievable in that role, he comes out there, gets in the ring pretty much, and he starts talking. He's like, hey, Worcester, Mass, acknowledge me. He doesn't have the same fervor. He doesn't have the same intensity. He doesn't have the same voice as Roman Reigns. And listen, I understand that Solo learned under Roman Reigns' wing, right? And at the end of the day, Solo's working with what he has. He's trying his best, okay? And I can't fault him. But he is not believable in this role whatsoever. And I know that's the point. He's supposed to be the heel. He's supposed to be the bad guy. You know, we want Roman to come back. But this is embarrassing, okay? This is bad. Now, they have a segment. Solo Sikoa basically says, hey, Cody Rhodes, I want you to come out here and acknowledge me, you know, so on and so forth. Whatever. Then after that, Cody Rhodes comes out. And this is where this segment just becomes complete and utter garbage. Cody Rhodes comes out and does the same thing he does every week. He's awkwardly smiling at nothing, and then he cuts a bad promo, and then after he cuts a really, really bad promo, all of a sudden, you know, but this is what he said, first of all. He goes out there, he's like, Solo, I know what you want, and I talked to Nick Aldis, and we're gonna get it done, me and you, at SummerSlam. In his awkward, you know, Heath Ledger jokery way of cutting his promos. It's weird, it's boring, it's stupid. That's why Triple H actually protects him and has Cody come out and cut mid-promos that only last about a minute, so you can just be done with it and move on. At the end of the day, that's the truth. Why has Cody won the title at WrestleMania 40, and everything he's done since then has been a very quick promo, a backstage segment, or nothing, or he just gets beaten up. You have to look at the signs here, guys. When did Roman Reigns ever get beaten up like this, where he's tied in ropes, Randy Orton's getting powerbombed through tables, which Randy Orton's done nothing since he's come back last year, but that's a discussion for another day. Like I said, Cody Rhodes goes out there, says a mediocre promo like I explained, and then pretty much just gets destroyed inside of the ring. Now, why at Money in the Bank did he lose off one finisher? That's the first question. Second question as well. Why in the world has Cody Rhodes done nothing on SmackDown since he won that title? Like I mentioned previously in this video, what has he done since he won that title? I'm genuinely curious, because Roman Reigns won the title, right? And over just like, what, a year and a half span, he had already elevated guys like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, you know, Big E, after their match at Survivor Series 2. You know, who else did he fight? He fought Edge. You know, he fought Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is already Seth Rollins, but you get the point. You know, who else he elevated? He elevated the Usos. He elevated Solo. He elevated Cody Rhodes himself. You know, he did all of that in, what, a 2 or 3 or 4 year span, right? And I understand it's 3 or 4 years, and Cody's only had the title for 4 months. But at 4 months in, Roman had already elevated Jay and Jimmy. And at 4 months in of Cody's reign, he's elevated nothing but his hand to the mic to cut a bad promo. So I'm tired of hearing about Cody Rhodes being a fighting champion when he's had 5 televised matches in 4 months. In 4 months, he's had 5 televised matches talking about he's a fighting champion. He's nothing. Then on top of that, he has no memorable promo since he won the title. He's done nothing with it. Nothing. He hasn't elevated anybody. He fought Carmelo Hayes and had a bad match where he botched and almost broke his shoulder in half. So what has he done? I need someone to really tell me this, man. And he comes out here, he gets jobbed out and destroyed by the Bloodline. Solo looks way stronger than Cody Rhodes, which I guess is what they're going for. But dang it, he's the WWE champion. He's our champion. He's supposed to be the leader of the company. He's our champion, and he consistently does nothing every single show. It's getting to the point now where it's just insufferable, man. Cody Rhodes as a human being, amazing. As a wrestler and as a champion, he's been mid. I'm sorry. And he's ruining this feud. This feud has no hype behind it. You're really going to main event a SummerSlam with Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes, when in reality the real main event of this is going to be when Roman returns? Everything is tied back to Roman Reigns, bro. And you could have kept the title on Roman Reigns, because even before WrestleMania 40, we all knew when Cody won the championship it was going to be bad for 2 or 3 months on SmackDown. He has no aura. He doesn't uplift anyone. He has no promo ability that's really special. He's cut maybe, 4 good promos in the last 2 years? Really? And this dude's been on every show? Like, come on, bro. It's embarrassing, man. He's nothing compared to Roman Reigns. He's nothing compared to freaking Drew McIntyre right now. He's nothing compared to Seth Rollins. He's not better than Punk. And when Cena and Rock come back, he's not even going to be in the same atmosphere as those dudes. He's not even in the same atmosphere as Randy Orton. And I'm hoping that Orton or Rock actually takes the title from him so we can have a good reign that actually makes me care as an audience member. You know? So, this segment was a disappointment. Cody Rhodes comes out and does nothing again. He cuts 30 seconds of nothing promo. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? And then he gets beat up and says nothing. I'm the champion. You're not. I'm going to beat you. My dad said so. That's all his promos are. It's the same stuff. And then he starts crying like a little baby after. Grow up. Alright? Jeez, man. Awful episode. Filler. Garbage. Bad matches. Bad promos. Except for Bayley's and, kind of LA Knights. But other than that, it was a mid episode. And it was filler. It's garbage. Hopefully next week can be better. But, you know, Raw was trash and this was even worse. So, I mean, who knows anymore, man. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a blessed day. And, yeah, peace out, ball.